Hello, in this tutorial we will learn how to use AutoFill speed map. It's a thing that will help you to control your flow, the way the AutoFill moves inside your logo or like handwriting or illustrations the way you want. In AutoFill V2 there is a lot of stuff happening in a speed map that's pretty cool. It have shape-based flow, which also works not only on alpha channel but also on RGB, which means that even if you don't have alpha channel, it still can find edges inside of your fully non-transparent image and use it to guide the flow of AutoFill animations inside of it. And also you can combine multiple AutoFills like turbulent noise, shape-based flow, slow near border, etc. It's cool, and now you have like full control of your animations inside one plugin. Like you don't have to create a layer, pre-compose it, use it as another custom speed map for your AutoFill. Now everything inside AutoFill, which is pretty cool. And let's begin. Let's start from the obvious one, the fox. I will create a layer and we're going to apply AutoFill, and that's it. It's already pretty cool reveal. Nah, it won't be forever like that. I will be just tiny over here, sitting, just pointing out, and there is a big bear. And there, oh, come on. Yeah, and we are going to use AutoFill, and here is the starting point. And what if I want to reveal it in a specific way? For example, I want to reveal it from the nose, and why it's like that. Is it forever? No, it's not forever. I mean, how the way it's feeling. Because we're going to use a speed map. Speed map by default is shape-based flow. You know that previously, some of you know that previously AutoFill were filling stuff like that. It was like default one, and it was pretty boring. And of course, on images without like something interesting, it was not so cool. But now, even like anything could be revealed in pretty fun and interesting way. How it works? Let's view a speed map. We pressed view speed map, and I will turn off preview input so our speed map will be brighter and we will see what's going on. A little bit of theory. Black means slow, white means fast. Like which means for example, there is a threshold, right, parameter. It basically more for edges, but threshold it will help you in case you have your logos that have some kind of feather around it, feathers like blurred out edges, and from where the speed line should start. This is why we use threshold, but actually you will understand how threshold works when we will move into edges. Right now we are not touching this. Number of lines. Well, obviously when you do a lot of lines, by the way, let's check it out. Your AutoFill becomes, yes, you see multiple lines, but now the difference between each of the line is not so big because they're just like that, you see. But if you will do, for example, only 2 of them, okay, 4 of them, right? Let's have a look. Bam. Now you see, definitely you can see this sausage and this sausage and how they're different from each other. You can strongly see one line and another line, and there is big gap between them. Maybe you into that stuff. And for example, we have a line width. Okay, what it does. Line width, let me do 10, and I will show what is that. Line width, it's not a width of one line. It's more of this chunk of lines that we can control. For example, each of them will increase their line. So for example, if you want to have really fat line, you can of course decrease number of lines, or you can increase the width of lines. Okay. Edge and send. Sometimes, for example, here you see, what is that? I don't like that. Like I want it to always, edge should be always dark. Why? I will explain why. But for now, edge and send helps me to move stuff around. And preview input. Here is the center of blackness. Like somewhere around here is the blackest point. Okay, I like it. View speed map, preview input, and that's it. Line softness we'll discuss later, but let's see the results. Actually, really important. Sometimes your AutoFill might be just not working. So first, why it could happen, if you have really big speed map influence, like really big, and your line starts from blackness, which means black means slow, speed map influence too high, and your starting point, your AutoFill basically will be killed like it's spawn kill. It will be so slow from the beginning that it won't move. Let's have a look. View speed map. Let's play. It's not moving at all. So keep in mind, if something not working, try to check your speed map influence. Maybe it's too big and your points in like black zone. Okay, but oh, by the way, even if speed map is normal, by the way, but we still kinda in a black zone, right? What will happen? You will create some kind of delay, so it will start slow. Look, and bam, you saw that? For a few frames, nothing is happening, and then bam, it grows. Maybe this is something you want. Voila. Why and now we can discuss why I decided to make something really, to make edges exactly black. You see, it will create a first overall shape that will be filled, and after that, it will be slowly filled by other part. This really creates this, this feeling of something really, really smart, because first you look at that shape. First you kind of don't understand what's going on. It creates this riddle. Yeah, like what is that? Like blue, blue, and then shape like inflating a bit, and now you can see the full picture, which is cool in my opinion. Again, I'm just sharing my techniques and overall how it works. But now it's cool. Now it's cool. Okay, but let's discuss line softness. Line softness is, well, line softness. But now we will have maybe a bit of a problem with our edges. No, effect is still there, but you see, okay, not edges, corners. Now we have not so beautiful corners, but who knows, maybe this is something like you will want. And no, this is also handy when you use line softness 0, and this will create for you not again this signature liquid filling look of AutoFill. If you want to get rid of that, it's the same style. You can create trimmed lines when line softness is 0, which maybe is already like something keep in mind, and if you will need that, you will remember that tutorial and like, oh yeah, like now I know how to work. Okay, this is line softness, and of course invert, and let's look at that. If we will turn on preview input, you already could see what's going on. What will happen? Look at that. We have white stroke, which means that AutoFill will go fast on a line, like, okay, yeah, maybe first here, but then it will go here. Let's have a look. And it's always so fun to play with it, to be honest. Like interesting. What will happen? Look at that. Bam. Ooh, look at that. Wait, I didn't expect that. Because and bam, bam, bam. Oof. Oof. Okay, and to be honest, I feel like already this effect, while we were playing with the speed map, gives a bit different feeling. Not that, again, AutoFill filling of some liquid stuff, but something different. Okay, so basically right now we're finished discussing all the settings of shape-based flow and how it works with alpha only. Now let's move to edges. Basically it's the same, but if we will use speed map, to be honest, let's reset everything because we already changed a lot. Let's make edges and let's view speed map. This is default settings. This is what you will see immediately after you will apply AutoFill and like AutoFill, shape-based flow, edges. And this is edges, how edges works. You remember how we're working alpha. It takes information about edges, right? Alpha border edges, and creating lines like you have like this shape, and then it creates shapes based on this shape. Edges is the same, but just instead of alpha, it takes edges like find edges. Find edges create, well, edges and lines in your image. And AutoFill, shape-based flow edges, creates lines based on that, like edges that he found. And you have full control in not like find edges. Let's look at that. And now we can discuss what threshold does. Actually, threshold trying to find what edges you actually want to choose. So starting from the most, like each one of the small dots, even sometimes if your threshold really low, it will catch even some dust or JPEG compression, which is not something you want. But if you will do really high values, it will stop catching that edges in your image. Right now, I feel like, okay, you see, this is not enough. It's still missing some edges over here, lower. Okay, cool. Look at that. Okay, you see, almost really low, we see this stuff that we don't need. We go a bit higher. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look how it will work. If you remember, previously our AutoFill with alpha channel, we're filling using this shape, like flow were like that, you see? But why? Because it was creating lines based on alpha channel. But right now we see that lines will move also a bit like that and then like that. So with edges, we have more interactive feeling. We can feel that AutoFill taking into consideration actually lines inside of your logo. Well, if we speak about logo, but we will talk about images and photos in a second. That's where fun begins. But right now, this logo is perfect to show your fundamentals. Okay, view a speed map. And now we can see those lines. What smoothness do? Basically, it's like blurring out your image before trying to find edges. That will help you to avoid some of the JPEG artifacts, etc. If we will do smoothness 0, well, like you see, like it's literally some kind of, it's taking into account even steps of gradients that this logo have. This is maybe something we don't want, but we can play with the threshold again. Actually, not so bad, but in this case it works even with smoothness 0. But because, well, to be honest, our logo is smooth. Try to use smoothness 0 on like photos of real person. That would be hard. But here I'm happy with that. And actually, because our image already have, you see, we tried that experiment before when we had a lot of lines. AutoFill, when there is a lot of small lines, AutoFill kind of catches them, but a lot of small lines makes AutoFill overall slower. But if you have fat lines that clearly showing where to move, that's better. So right now, let's edit that logo a bit more. Let's make it, let's make them 5, right? Let's line width make a little bit bolder, and let's make line softness 25, right? Let's move it down a bit. Actually, let's make it even 5. Okay, right? Too much. Oh, right. By the way, already sometimes even I use AutoFill just to create pretty cool illustrations, right? Like, just look at that. Let's turn on preview input, copy our fox and apply it as overlay. Or, okay, soft light. Pretty cool. I don't know, I like it. But we distracted a bit. And let's view how it will work. View speed map. Ooh, look at that. Now we feel, yes, maybe this is something you want. It's not like fluid lines, it's like illustration of how this image were drawn. Interesting. Okay, what will happen? Let's experiment together. If I will invert it, right? So right away we can see borders. It is something that will be filled in the last time. But let's see. Bam. Yeah, it's definitely different look. Not so much of the different. But yeah, what you've learned. Now we know how shape-based flow works. Now we know how threshold, smoothness, num lines, edges, incent, like line softness, all of that parameters works, in which situation and how they can help them, and what type of effect, like what type of styles we can achieve by playing with those numbers, right? Right. And I guess that's it with the speed map shape-based flow. And before jumping into another example, let's discuss here. I guess it will be easier and safer on like this pretty simple logo. Let's discuss turbulent noise, because slower near borders, it's the same as shape-based flow, but really, really simple. And what it does, it just creates this, okay, preview input. It creates this pretty simple, pretty soft AutoFill for speed map that will create pretty nice and simple results. Let's have a look. Yes, this is like softness of the map, and this is should it go higher or lower, like inside or outside. Let's have a look. Boop. And it goes really, really, really slow. Let's turn it off. Look at that. Shape-based OA, slower near borders, is literally it getting slower when it becomes closer and closer to borders. But now let's discuss turbulent noise, which is also pretty cool, I would say. But turbulent noise is something that I use in combination with other speed maps. By the way, okay, no, later. Yeah, it's basically turbulent noise. And if you, like, we already know white, fast, black, small. We already know how it will behave, but let's have a look. Yep, it's slowly filling stuff. Actually, turbulent noise also pretty powerful stuff. Because you can play with that. It have just normal turbulent noise settings, noise complexity, etc. Let's make noise complexity for evolution. Yes, this is animatable, but I don't know when you will need that. Actually, noise evolution is something that you want to touch if you have this logo and you have the copy of this logo with absolutely same AutoFill, and the speed maps will behave absolutely identical because it's the same logo, same AutoFill. But if you will change noise evolution, a little bit of this turbulent noise speed map, then logo on the left and logo on the right will have different pattern of filling. Yes. Noise scale, let's by the way play with that, and I will show you something pretty cool. We will do noise scale low. Brightness will be pretty bright, but contrast will be pretty high, and we will have small dots, right? And let's have a look what will happen. You see? We having this type of pimples, right? That just appears and disappears. Or we can do opposite. What if it will be pretty slow, but at some point it will jump into that stuff? Look at that. By the way, pretty cool effect, right? If it was, it's like some kind of alien with tentacles. But it's really slow. So yeah, it's like Venom, right? Like. Okay, cool. By the way, we discussed Style Builder in previous tutorial about Style Builder, but right now there is some fun fact about Style Builder. So there is an effect, pretty simple effect, it's called glow, and glow, how to say that? Yeah, like that. So we have a AutoFill, that filling, and the Style Builder effect. For example, if we have my hand, we have a style that goes over here. Why? It means that with some speed, it takes 10% of the beginning of your AutoFill. But if your AutoFill moving really slow, then effect will be really slow. But in a moment when AutoFill really fast, your effect size will also increase. So effect style, size, or influence depends on how fast is it. We also discussed that in, by the way, in a tutorial about Style Builder. If something really fast, we have duration parameter to make it smaller. Like if duration is small, then your style is small. If your speed is really high while your duration is still small, it doesn't matter. Your style was super fast, therefore the size of your style is also big. And why I'm like telling you right now, because if you can see here, and if you like, we saw how it goes slow, and then go slow, and go. In this case, glow will shine more and you will have this spark of light when it's fast. And I think it's pretty cool. You see? With speed map, with this turbulent noise speed map and with glow style, we have this sparks of lightness. And you can see even over here, you see, this is a moment when it's fast. And here we can see pretty thick. Oh, by the way, I can even make it thicker, right? Yeah, now you see it. It's pretty thick over here and almost no glow, this highlights over here. And actually, let me modify, no. This should be here. Let's turn off style builder glow, right? And let's just apply normal glow from glow. And let's make it 99. And let's make it big, like 33, right? And let's make it bright. Screen. Oh, okay, whatever. Yes, so we should see how it like shine. Glow really works bad over here. Sorry, let's create some solid. By the way, if you will have some problem, this kind of problem, glows works better on adjustment layer with when you apply on, well, something on top of it. And let's make it glow threshold 100, bigger and brighter and not so big. Yeah. Well, basically, I'm sorry. Right now we're going into details, but just want to tell you that when something is fast, ooh. Cool. So this is turbulent noise, and this is how it works, and we don't need that. And this is how you can use your speed map with how your speed map actually and how it moves actually important and actually also affects your style. So this is really something that you should keep in mind. So I guess that's it. And now everything will be much faster. No. Okay, yeah. So that's it about speed map. We finished discussing speed map. Only last point. Now we know, yeah, we finished discussing turbulent noise. We finished discussing all Z modes. But let's discuss how you can combine it. And it's pretty easy. We're just going to use all mode. And here, we are not going to use slow or near borders. Or should we? Okay, no. And we are not going to use custom layer mode, but we will use shape-based flow and turbulent noise. Can you see that? That's crazy. But now, if I'm not mistaken, it's too black, right? I know what we can do. Now, turbulent noise and shape-based flow combined. Now everything is black. Let's return to that one when we had that, just one of the stoppers, right? And I don't want to invert it. And let's have a look what we will have. At some points, by the way, like always try to read your speed map and like understand what's going on. That will help you dramatically to save your time and not like simulating, etc. Like right away, what we can tell about this one. Oh, I'm sorry, I was big all this time. Okay, what we can tell about this stuff, it will grow using these lines, right? But then it could stop and start moving in different directions. So this way we're giving some randomness to the lines. And actually, this is something we really want when we have a lot of lines. I will show. Let's look. I will do like that, and I will create a lot of lines and edge and sand like that. And that's actually a great example. And like that. Right? Right. What will happen without noise? Let's have a look. It will be pretty boring reveal. Yes, we can see it. They kind of trying to move in that direction. But okay, look, this overall shape is still like this one blob. It's still kind of almost circular, but with some interesting edges fill. But let's add turbulent noise. And now we have it. Look at those lines. We have right now both lines and a bit of randomness. You see, not everything perfect. Like nothing is perfect in real life. Ooh, look at that. Still not random enough. Ah, yes. So we can make it bigger, right? Create some interesting pattern. And let's make it a bit darker. And right now, you already could see recreating with turbulent noise some kind of labyrinth. So your AutoFill will have to find its way, how it will move, which will be interesting to watch, to be honest. Let's look how it will work. Yes, could you please start from not here, so from the most interesting part already? I'm starting from blackness, right? Okay, it will jump. Bam. It trying to find the fastest way. Yes. Okay. Now we clearly could see that something going on, something interesting going on. So, yes, in short, am I recording? Yes. So, in short, turbulent noise helps you to add a little bit of randomness to your fillings. Look at that. Bloop. Oh, sorry, I just can't resist. Let's try some interesting styles. And by the way, looped gradients, especially gradients, they really interesting to watch when something like when speed, if like looped gradient looks cool. Ooh. Okay, maybe it's too much. Oh my god. This is some alien stuff, right? This is just crazy. And of course, if you have something like that and you don't like it, we can just increase the duration of the style. And smooth gradient will be much more interesting to watch. Interesting. Now we can see the pattern of how those lines being created, because they being created so fast. And by the way, this is also interesting way to create some kind of textures using advanced speed maps with the styles. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is shape-based flow. This is turbulent noise. We discussed all the parameters, and that's it. This is a tutorial about speed maps. I hope you liked it. Next time we will discuss borders and bridges and how to connect all like crazy stuff over here. And I guess that's it. This was speed map inside AutoFill, how to use it and how, and I guess that's it. This is this is a speed map inside AutoFill v2 that helps you to create a lot of stuff and control a lot of things. And I guess that's it. Was a speed map in AutoFill v2 where you can combine speed maps. You can use even custom layers, but this is basically the same when you can, this is basically the same as turbulent noise or shape-based flow. It's just when you like select layer and you can create your own turbulent noise or find edges, create your complex speed maps. We will discuss this in another tutorial. It's pretty big topics, like pretty much. But for now, this is a good point for you to start using speed maps in a more complex way. That's it. See you next time.